Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to your weekly messages for October 9th to 15th of 2018. And this is good for all signs. In case you are wondering, I don't divide these up by sign every time, so it's good for everyone. And if you're watching this right now, I am on vacation, but I will be back fairly soon. So I'm just going to keep it simple. We're doing a Celtic cross today for this week, and then I'll pull some oracle cards and see what else what other tricks I have up my sleeve. So I hope everyone's doing well, enjoying October so far, and I just want to remind everybody that November readings will be out on the 15th of this month. Okay. Let's see. Here's the outcome. So, first thing coming up this week, we're going to pull an affirmation card. Okay, we have patience. Congratulations, you've been granted more patience. You may start using it right away or much, much later. Waiting a long time is the sort of option now afforded to you by greater patience. Can you believe it? Look at this. You're still reading and you haven't started getting annoyed yet. Imagine how this patience will transform your life. Imagine how easy it will be to go to the post office. So really, all good things. And it's funny because I just spoke to a friend, and one of the things that kind of came up during the conversation was that Rome was not built in a day. Genuinely, it just wasn't. So it's okay if things are taking time to build. It's okay if things are taking time to unfold. You don't have to worry so much about the timing, because it's like, yes, some things are time sensitive, but most of the things that we want, we can be a little bit more flexible with. And if you're open to that, you're gonna just take a lot of pressure off of yourself. So patience it is. And then I haven't used these cards in a long, long, long time, but let's see what's coming up. For today, I stretch my body and mind. This is the time of year that really pushes us inside a lot of the time, or if you're in the southern hemisphere, outside, right? So it's just about really paying attention to what you need on a physical level, and making sure that you're taking really, really, really good care of yourself. That is absolutely worth value. So just stretch, go for a walk, get outside, cook yourself a nice meal, meditate, do all of the things that are good for you this week. And we have love is never regrettable. Okay, so looking at past experiences with appreciation, and while sometimes we can waste time on certain people or get into situations that are kind of frustrating, at the end of the day, an experience is an experience, and as long as you're learning from it, it has value. So move away from the idea of regrets, and be proactive by really taking actions that you know will prevent regret from kind of knocking you out later on. Okay, so the central energy for the week, Knight of Pentacles. So getting things done. You might be feeling a little bit sluggish though. So that's the one thing about this. And I'm really getting that from the color. So if you're feeling like you're kind of stuck, like there's an infinite to-do list, or there's so many things that you're trying to work through and accomplish, but you're either not getting everything done that you want to, or you're not being as productive as is ideal for yourself, you know, try to take a little bit of pressure off of that and restructure what you think is reasonable for your energy level. So for some of you, it might be needing to take a little bit more rest time and still chipping away at all the things that you need to get done. And then the crossing energy, we have the High Priestess. Yeah, so this is a lot of like a dreaminess, not feeling totally grounded. And look at how much gray, black and white we have popping up here. So that's a huge indicator that it might feel a little bit muted, or like you're at a standstill a little bit. And I think it's because you have the earth problem, right? So that's the Knight of Pentacles. It's like the earth responsibilities, right? So bills, work, school, all that stuff. But what's crossing it is more of like that dreamy, hanging out in the astral realm, as well as your intuition coming up with the High Priestess. So I think you know what you need better than you probably realize. Excuse me, give me 1 second. Okay. What you have shifting out. Queen of Pentacles. I'm going to clarify this one, because this might be kind of where the Knight of Pentacles energy was coming from, like all the things you've done, all the things you've accomplished, all of the tasking, all of the work is what the Queen of Pentacles represents. The clarifier is the Daughter of Summer. So this is the Page of Cups. Yeah, just really getting in touch with like what you're needing, what you're wanting, what you're craving, and if this level of productivity, level of work is giving you space for the things that you need and what you love and what you enjoy. We also have Venus retrograding through Scorpio, so that's happening right now. We had the Libra new moon. Okay, so that's the other thing that's coming up, or that already passed. I forget which day it's on because I'm doing this ahead of time. But that is really going to put you in a position to get clear on what you want and need. And so a lot of that is kind of percolating or has come to the surface. And so that's what you're kind of reflecting on in this week. The oncoming energy is the Nine of Cups. So make a wish. See, it's all moving forward. You can see this is also kind of a muted color with the greens and yellows and the grays. And then we have vibrance. Okay, so once you get clear on truly what it is that you're craving, what you're desiring, and what you need to feel nourished, then you can start asking for it. So this is also wishes being fulfilled, things really coming to life, and I think that the pace is going to pick up. So this looks really awesome. It's just a total evolution into a brighter future. So that's what you have coming up. So you have a lot of good stuff to look forward to. The outward manifestation is the Devil. So it just seems like there's a lot of old skeletons coming out of the closet, all of that stuff that you're working through and purging. And again, I'm going to draw your attention back to the color. This deck really, really communicates in color when I read it. And so again, this is the stuff that you're reflecting on and having that, mountain of stuff to get done. Sometimes we need to sit with our emotions. That's Pandora's box, if you will, in order to process it, shift it, and then get things done. And you might find that if you let yourself sit with your emotions and just acknowledge them, then you actually go back to the tasks that you tried to, get done before, and you're more productive than ever. In the subconscious, we have the Three of Pentacles. You might have some guilt showing up because the Three of Pentacles is about work. Like you need to work harder, you need to do more, you need to do all this, you need to do all that. So you might actually not even want to give yourself permission to take a break. Like that might actually be something that you're either really working on, or if you're kind of giving yourself a minute to marinate with information, you might kind of create some or feel some resistance to doing that in the subconscious, and having some old stories around worthiness show up when it comes to self-care. Okay, so this, excuse me, I'm going to clarify this card. Okay, yeah, so compassion is the answer here. You have to be really gentle with yourself at this time. The Mother of Summer is equivalent to the Queen of Cups, which is all about being really compassionate, kind, and understanding. That's the opposite of the workhorse. It's the opposite of needing to get everything done all the time. And so if you meet yourself with compassion, you're going to find that there's a much easier way to cope with whatever it is you have going on. The advice for you, 10 of Cups. So I think it really is about reminding yourself that this is temporary. All this stuff is temporary. It's going to shift, and we can see that with the 9 of Cups and 10 of Cups. Again, the colors kind of coming back into your life. The pace is going to pick up, I promise. It's just about letting yourself take this week. And you might have all these things that you want to accomplish. Like I said, the Knight of Pentacles is the I want to get all this done night. And so that might be the goal, but you need to just remind yourself of what you're realistically able to do with your energy. Just remind yourself of that, and you will see that you can shift that out. The external influences, we have the Page of Wands. Okay, watch yourself for feeling like you need to escape the emotional piece, the emotional baggage, because the Page of Wands, Dionysus is like I don't know if he's a god, I can't remember, but like the god of pleasure, like very, very, very hedonistic. This is actually very similar to the devil, like, yeah, let's party and have sex and drink a bunch of booze. Like, that's Dionysus. So just be careful if you find yourself wanting to engage in like unhealthy coping mechanisms in order to check out, like just a vehicle to escape. So just be aware of it, and remember that intention counts for a lot. And so this could be anything from scrubbing your house so that you can numb yourself rather than cry or process something or grieve something, or focus on some inspiration that you have. It's kind of like an avoidance strategy. So it's not just about like partying or something more superficial. That's just what this represents. Okay, so just keep your eyes peeled on that. And then your hopes and fears. Ace of Wands. So I think you're really looking for clarity and structure around the things that you have going on right now. And that's completely reasonable. I think it's more about you kind of giving yourself permission to do this, and you can trust that you're going to get to the Ace of Wands, that is the oncoming thing that you have, and you will get to the place where you feel really structured and like you have a grip on the things that are in your space and what's going on in your life. But just give yourself a little bit of patience. Okay, and I'm going to remind you that with this energy, one of the best things that you can do is ground and get into your body. So if you don't like meditation, then go for a walk. If that's not your thing, then do something else that's tactile. Maybe, do something creative to like get things moving and having that healthy outlet for yourself, and see what happens. The outcome of the week, we have the 9 of Pentacles. So if you do this, if you just give yourself a little bit of space this week to process and take care of yourself, it's like you can really reap the benefits of that by the end of the week. You're going to see a shift by the end of the week. So hold out for that. Okay, and then we're going to do a 3-card pick. And this is, I just want to be clear, this is confirming the 9 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, all of that movement that's happening, the shift that's happening. Take this week with a grain of salt. Go ahead, you can pick a card, you can pick as many or as few as you want. You can ask a question, whatever feels right to you. Okay, card number 1. Share tenderness. Okay, this is all that Venus energy that's in the air right now. And connect, and this is really pushing you to be vulnerable in a way that really is, how do I put this? It looks like a bonding to me. The sharing tenderness piece is just about like you really being honest with yourself, honest with those that are around you, and being real about what you're experiencing. No matter if it's good, bad, happy, sad, it doesn't matter. Just being honest about it is, in essence, the tenderness. Card number 2, your dreams are closer than you think. That's all this, 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups, right? So they're much closer than you probably realize. So just, again, hold out for it. Like just wait, rather than like just writing it off completely. So this is a good one. And card number 3, fear that the light will bring judgment. Okay, so even though you might think that you're immune to this or something, there's a lot about this time that's really vulnerable for everyone involved. Even if you got this card, it's like there's vulnerability in trusting. And that's also what this is about. There's vulnerability in being authentic. There's vulnerability in being real. There's vulnerability in all of that. And, you know, one of the most traumatic things that can really happen is when you're being yourself and you get rejected as a result. And that brings up a whole lot of fear. So that's what this is reflecting to you. So even if you are good most of the time being authentic or being your true self and being real, it might cause some anxiety or some influx of confusion or uncertainty in certain groups or environments. Okay, so just, it's normal to feel this way, especially at this point in time. All right, so that is all that I have for you this week. I certainly hope you've enjoyed this reading. And thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, and following me on Facebook and Instagram. If you go on my website, you can email me. It's going to go through, but my autoresponder is on. So it's kind of like, you know, if you're wanting to set up a session or something, I'll get the email. I just won't be answering them until I get back. Or if you request a reading, I'm going to be doing them when I get back. Okay, so until then, have a good one, everybody, and I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye.